Hey, what's up guys? Joker here. I am on my way right now to go to see one of my old friends, one of my best friends, like pretty much since I was like 13 years old, since junior high, since like 8th grade, we've been best friends. So on my way to go see him right now because he actually has my old PC that I sold to him about a year ago, which has my i5-3570K in it, the MSI Z77 M-Power, and two MSI GTX 780s. Now, he's been having some issues with the PC and stability in games, which mostly comes down to the fact that he is kind of a novice PC user, and he doesn't really know how to maintain it properly, I guess, because every time I've gone over there to, see what's wrong, as soon as I update the drivers and reboot the PC, everything is absolutely fine. So I'm going to take it back to my house for about a week, though, so I can actually do some full diagnostics on it and also do some testing for you guys as well. Test, the 780 single card as well as SLI and see how those run in some modern titles, because it's been a long time since I've tested those cards for you guys on the channel, and I want to see how they run with modern drivers on modern games and see if those 780s can hold up to new titles like Rainbow Six Siege, Witcher 3, Fallout 4, that kind of stuff with its 3 gigabytes of video memory at 1080 and 1440, because you can get those cards right now used on eBay for around $225 to $250, which is could be a really good steal when you consider that's about $100 less than what you're going to find most 970s for. So if this can compete with a 970, and I will definitely throw my 970 into the testing for this, I will definitely do a 780 to 970 comparison to see if that extra gigabyte or 0.5 gigabytes of video memory on the 970 really does help it out against the 780 in a heads-up comparison. So we'll see how much difference there is there in the price to performance comparison, and see if it's really worth it at the end of the day, or if the 780 is an absolute dream steal at around $200 for some of you guys out there trying to save some money on a 1080p or 1440 even, maybe gaming rig on some titles. So let's get on our way over to my buddy Sam's house, where we're going to go pick up the PC. Alright, we just got here to my boy Sam's house. We're about to go upstairs right now. Go grab that PC. I don't think he actually knows that I'm going to be filming. He has no idea I'm going to be filming. So I'm basically just going to go up there and stick this big old camera right in his face with a gigantic microphone on top, the fuzzy thing on the end of it. Like, what's good? Like, what is really good?
It's good.
What's giving you trouble?
Play a game for about 5 minutes, and then it'll start stuttering, freezing up, moving really slow, and then it'll crash the computer, and we'll just turn green and crash it.
Alright guys, so I just got back home with the old PC project. Wait, no, I don't want to put the word project in front of it. I hate it when people put the word project in front of things. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that here today. This is not project anything. It is technically a project, but the naming of this build will not have the word project in front of it. Can we clarify that, please? This is not project anything. This build is just simply called Slytherin. So I never named this PC, but I am codenaming it Slytherin for obvious reasons, because of the Razer branding on it, which is not really my aesthetic choice. It's not my personal flavor, but my buddy Sam seems to like it, so that's why he's got the Razer case. If you remember, I actually built this PC on the channel like about a year ago. I had taken all the parts from my old build, which were in my Thermaltake Chaser MK1, and I moved them over to this case, the NZXT H440, but this is the Razer edition, and this is like actually one of like the first things that I was ever sent to review on the channel. And NZXT sent this out, and I reviewed this, and it was, it's an okay case. I mean, it looks cool. It looks really cool, besides like the Razer branding and stuff is not my flavor. But as far as just the shape and everything like that, and like the smoked glass look, all that stuff looks great. But for working in the case, man, this thing is an absolute pain in the ass to work in. Like putting the doors back on, like the way they have to slide in, like hook into these like 3 to 4 latches on the side. Man, does it suck! It's so hard to build in, and it's also a really cramped and really hot case as well. Like this does not, I don't think it does any favors to keep your components cool. And everything in here is running super loud. I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but it's a pretty loud build. Now this has aftermarket MSI GTX 780s in there, with also an air cooler. So it's completely air cooled. It's got 3 120mm fans in the front. Those are the stock fans that come on the NZXT TH440, and then one exhaust in the back. So I'm going to try to do some configurations here and test out cooling on this build for sure. Since I've got the aftermarket cards on in here, I was thinking maybe since we just did that gaming at 0 degree video, maybe I would test my assertion that I made in that just for good. Oh, who holds way over to 5 points? No, but I was thinking taking my 2980 Ti's and chucking them in here as well into this same system. That way we can do aftermarket cards versus reference cards for SLI. We could do an SLI battle for cooling and see which one holds up better, not only for the GPUs, but also how it affects these temperatures in the rest of the system and your noise, because I can tell you just from sitting here next to these two systems, like, oh my god, like I have been so like babied like having my Define R5 system with my reference cards and everything, because that thing is whisper quiet. Even with my blower cards, which I know everyone thinks blower cards are ridiculously loud, they're super duper loud. Well, you know what? They're really not. And what I want to prove in this video also is my other assertion is that when you have the reference cards, since they are in SLI, so since they're going to run cooler, at least that's my assertion, is that they'll run cooler in SLI versus aftermarket cards, is because they're running cooler, the rest of your system is obviously going to run cooler as well, and if it's running cooler, the fans are going to work as hard, so it's going to be even quieter. So that's what I want to show in this SLI comparison video. So if you guys are hyped for that, let me know down in the comments below. And I also want to do benchmarking, obviously, since I got the 780s here with the 3570K, and if there's any games you guys want to see me test in like 1080 or 1440, let me know, and I could work that into that video or maybe a second video. I want to do a few, maybe like 2 to 3 videos centered around the hardware in this build while I have it here to test, and I'm doing this Resurrection for my buddy. I already started working on it. Initially, when I first booted up the system, it wasn't even detecting an SLI bridge. It was seeing the second card was in there, but it was like, yeah, there's no SLI bridge. And I was like, there's an SLI bridge. This is it right here. It's like a fugly brown Asus one. So I went and I switched out the SLI bridge. I was like, I don't know, maybe he's got a bad SLI bridge. So I switched it out for a black EVGA one that I had, and it was still just not recognizing. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to be installing Windows 10 on here, so how about we just go ahead and, just wipe it anyway. But I was like, yeah, we'll just put on a new driver first and see what happens. So I installed the latest NVIDIA driver, and lo and behold, it instantly detected the SLI bridge and SLI, and everything was working fine, which is, funny, because one of the main reasons I took this PC off my friend's hands is because he's been having issues with it recently, where he's been going into games and then they haven't been, they've been crashing after just a few minutes, and he's not been getting the performance he's wanted even when he was in there for those few minutes. I was like, well, yeah, it's because you haven't been using SLI since driver version like 3.5.8 something. So however long that was ago, which is the driver he had on there, that's how long he's not been using SLI on this system. So anyway, we got that sorted out. I installed Windows 10, kind of begrudgingly actually. I went to the bathroom and took a shit and came back and Windows 10 was installing, and I was just kind of flabbergasted. And at the same time, and I was really angry, but I was like, at least it's not my PC. At least it's not my PC. That's all I got to say about that. But it's actually okay, and now that I've been using it on here, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking about upgrading my main system. I know. I'm just kind of thinking about it. Just kind of thinking about it. Only because we got like Quantum Break coming up. I'm gonna wait. I'm still gonna wait. Alright, I'm gonna wait. I'm still waiting for a DirectX 12 title, okay? But it was like okay enough, so like when Gears of War comes out, I'm gonna update to Windows 10. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'm going to continue working on this system. I'm downloading games, obviously, as you can tell, at a fucking snail's pace because I've got it over the Wi-Fi, because I still don't have a really long Ethernet cable for the second PC. But don't forget to let me know what games and things you want to see me test on this system while I have it down in the comments below. And all the parts and everything are going to be in the description if you are curious what's in this system. So keep an eye out for videos on this coming over the next week. And also, big giveaway going to be happening very soon between Bad Seed Tech, myself, and maybe some other people. But at least Bad Seed Tech and myself. So keep an eye out for that as well. And I will catch you guys next time. Ta-ra.